This is Movie Night with the Boys.
Hi, welcome to Media Night with the Boys. I'm John,
I'm Zach.
and we're a weekly podcast that talks movies, TV shows, and video games. And this week, we're going to do what's called a Netflix shotgun. We're going to give you 3 movies that we watched, and we're going to discuss them. A Man from Toronto, Me Time, and Day Shift. So before we jump into the movies, is there anything that you watched this week, Zach?
Yeah, I watched a shit ton of stuff actually. Um, TV wise, I finished off Teen Wolf finally the last 3 seasons. Um, yeah, that was kind of rough. um, but I don't know. Like I said, I watched a show since it came out, so I don't know. I like it, right? Werewolves kind of my thing, so.
Sounds like it falls in line with that whole CW thing that you mentioned before. After the third or maybe even second season, it kind of just falls off.
Yeah, it's a little rough getting to the end, but I mean, the thing too is like the movie, the guy who got the rights for the movie, he got the rights for 3 movies, right? So Paramount
Ooh.
can make 3 movies, but it like depends on the viewership, right? So I mean, I hope they don't like leave this movie like open-ended, right? Like in hopes of getting a sequel, but you never know, right? And I'm curious, like they bringing back like the majority of the cast. So I mean, let's see how it goes. It's also set in the future, right? Like
Hmm.
9 years in the future after the show ended, right? So yeah, 2026 even. So in the future
Jeez.
as well. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I watched Tekken. It was okay, right? The show's based on Jin Kazama, and it's basically the story of the third game, right?
Okay.
You see the background between him and his mom getting killed by Ogre. Yeah, and then Jin basically fighting through the tournament and killing Ogre. The shitty part is it seemed very rushed because they didn't show any, like they showed barely any fights, right? Like all the cool characters that Tekken has, right? They just show them and it's just like the block shit where it's like, oh, this character beat that one. That's it. You know
That's
what I
dumb.
mean? And yeah, it was kind of shitty. You know what I mean? Because like they had like characters like Julia and like she beat I think she beat like Yoshimitsu, and it's just like, well, why don't you show us how she did that? Because the one time you show her, she gets beat up by Heihachi, and it's like she's kind of shitty. So how the fuck did she beat Yoshimitsu? You know what I mean? So it was kind of very rushed. It seemed right.
Yeah.
So if it does have another season coming, I hope they kind of slow it down and do a little bit more exposition. I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoy combat anime, but it's like there was not much combat. It was just flying through it. So slow down and show more combat, right?
Bummer.
Oh, yeah, right. So I also watched all of Car Masters Rust to Riches. I didn't do that last week, but I did that recently. I enjoy that show, right? It's kind of weird. Their whole thing is they get these shitty cars, soup them up, trade them for more shitty cars that are worth more, right? Soup them up, get more, then trade up again if need be, and then or sell and get like $1 million car, right?
Huh.
No, sorry, a six-figure car, not even a million, six figures, right? And then like in season 3, they created their own like custom um like their own prototype car, right? And like, yeah, they do some cool shit. So that got put into a museum. I don't know. I like those like mechanic shows. I don't know. Sometimes I just get on and binge random stuff, right? So
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
yeah. And then Sandman. Did you watch Sandman?
I have not watched it yet. I've heard nothing but good things. I know that Johnny DC over in the Dynamic Duel thing, he has given it the highest of praises. And yeah, I'm actually interested in seeing it. I know that it's got a pretty decent cast, so I am certainly going to be checking that one out.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it for what it was. Like I said, I never really read the books. I don't think. I don't know if I did. I can't remember it. Um, but yeah, no, it was good, right? People are complaining about like some of the role swaps and stuff, and other characters were casted kind of perfectly. The guy who played Sandman, like the director told him like, "Hey, tone it down, like stop being Batman," right? Because like he was going like that kind of role with it. So yeah, but I think he did a pretty good job. The only thing like I don't have an issue with, but I kind of wish like they kind of kept was Death, right? Death is like this like emo chick, pale emo chick, right? With like, I forget what it is, but she has something like painted on her eye and stuff, right? And I just wanted to see that kind of like, gothy kind of chick, but I mean, that was like I said, it was fine regardless. Um
All right.
but yeah, so yeah, I would check that out. And I also just finished the second part of JoJo's Stone Ocean, part two. And yeah, that shit pissed me off. So
Is that like an extension of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
it's like sixth or seventh season.
Jesus Christ!
It's part two of like whatever season it is. Yeah.
And it pissed you off, huh?
Well, my issue is most of the seasons have like 39 like so like around 40ish episodes, maybe a little less, and they put out 12 episodes and then they just dropped another 12 episodes, and like I ran through those 12 episodes and like before I even knew it I was already done. I'm like, no, like that's it. So I don't understand how they're gonna do this next release. Are they just gonna drop the next 14 episodes, or they gonna split it up and give us fucking 7 and 7? Like, I don't know how they're gonna drop it, and it's gonna annoy me. And the worst part is they take so long to put this show out that I just like I completely forgot. So I had to go back like 3, 4 episodes just to like refresh where the fuck I was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So but other than
Yep.
that, it's typical JoJo's. I like JoJo's. JoJo's is fucking hilarious to me. A lot of people don't like it because they do the weird poses and shit. But it's like if you watch anime, I don't understand how that could bother you because like so many other anime have stupid poses, all kinds of stupid concepts. You know
Ginyu
what I mean?
Force.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Like that's just a thing that they do. You know what I mean? So I don't have an issue with it. I think it's fucking hilarious most of the time. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I don't know. I really like JoJo's. JoJo's one of my favorites right now. So
Yeah.
and yeah, that's pretty much all I've watched. What about you?
I how I am. I kind of just follow the crowd, so to speak. I've obviously watched the show that you hate beyond hate, She-Hulk.
Show is the word, like it's legitimately terrible. Like it is not a good show. Like it is not entertaining. Like I was sitting
Uh,
here, my daughter was like just staring at the screen because I was watching it when they came over. She's just sitting there staring at it the whole time. And that song that played at the end, like Body by Megan Thee Stallion,
oh
like
God.
like her mom plays it, and but because it goes like body yaddy yaddy, and like but her mom goes addy addy addy. So like
Oh.
so then when the song came on the show, she's like addy addy addy. You know what I mean? So like
So at least that part was cute for you.
that's that, but that's about it. Like the show is terrible. Like the comedy is not funny at all. Like that whole like what was that? Like an elf or something
A light
transforming?
elf from New Asgard. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that was such a waste of fucking time. You know what I mean? Like it's I don't know, man. It's not a good show. I can't get behind it.
I'm enjoying it so far, but I don't have comic books knowledge, as everyone should know
But
by now.
it has nothing to do with comic book knowledge, nothing, right? She-Hulk is one of those characters you could do whatever the fuck you want with them, right?
Yeah.
But they're not doing anything good with her, so I can't stand it. It's
Well,
fucking it's terrible.
we're only a third way through the season, so I'm not really too worried about it just yet. And now, if we get to like episode 6 and nothing has happened, then I'll start to be worried. But
Hey, did you see do you know who the fucking wrecking crew is?
I've heard of the Wrecking Crew, and I recognize that that was them in the show. I'm curious who their
Fucking
boss is.
horrendous. That's fucking shit. That's
Yeah, they
fucking
got their asses handed
shit.
to them really quick.
You
That
know
was
what I
kind of
mean?
I thought that was pretty
It's
shitty.
stupid as fuck. That was stupid as fuck. And, like, cause like they're portrayed like big. They fight the fucking Hulk. Like, you telling me those fucking scrubs fight the Hulk? No, right? Like, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. It should have been a fucking bunch of fucking wrestlers. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
bulked up dudes.
But then She Hulk. You know what I mean? Should have had a
She
rougher
bodied them.
time.
She
She
bodied them real
fucking
quick.
destroyed them. It's garbage. Show sucks. I'm
Who
sorry.
who do you think their boss is?
Kingpin.
You think it's Kingpin? Okay,
Yeah.
I could see that with the whole obvious Daredevil tie-in that they've pretty much guaranteed at this point. Um, what else have I
Actually,
watched?
it could be Tombstone. Maybe they're trying to introduce Tombstone.
Ooh,
That'd be cool. But I don't know.
okay. Yeah, we'll see. They can't go that quietly, like after just getting their asses whooped and talking about the boss. They have to introduce him somehow.
I mean,
Um,
the show has no congruent story, so it's like, ugh.
yeah, no, and it's been kind of weird. There's like no, I mean, except for the whole Blonsky tie-in, that's really been the only storyline that's carried from one episode to the next.
And that's over. And that's literally over.
Yeah,
So now what
yeah.
are they gonna do?
Who knows? Who knows? Titania should come back, but we'll see. We'll see. Um,
Titania got taken out with a table. Like, what the fuck?
yeah, it was
Trash.
dumb.
Like,
That
oh
was
my
dumb.
god, this show's really bad, people.
That was really dumb. Um, I finished Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe. That was a nostalgic walk through the '90s for me, but most people who either don't like that style of comedy or don't like woke or anti wokeness, basically, will not like that movie. Um, I enjoyed it.
I don't think anti wokeness has anything to do with it. It's just I'm just over it. Like, I don't care for those fucking characters anymore. I don't think I ever really did, to be honest. But it's just like, like, don't give a fuck. Like, I just
Yeah,
don't
I don't
give.
know. I love them. I think they're one of those like Ren and Stimpy type of things for me where I really enjoy them, but it's probably more nostalgia than anything. But
But see,
either way,
Ren and Stimpy is actually a fucked up show. You know what I
oh
mean? Like,
yeah,
they did
oh
so
yes,
much fucked up shit. Well, like, Beavis and Butthead are just two fucking morons. They don't even smoke
yeah.
weed. They're just fucking losers. Like, I have no idea. Like, I don't know. I don't get them.
I mean, they're popular enough to have gotten a series revival, so I guess we'll uh we'll see how the numbers turn out, and maybe they'll get more, or maybe they'll get shut down like the new Ren and Stimpy show did after one season.
Who knows?
Who
Who knows?
knows? Um, Spoiler: I started watching Samaritan. I haven't quite finished it yet, but pretty close to the end of it. And a spoiler because that's going to be our movie next week.
Yeah, I've already watched it.
Yeah, I know your thoughts on it, but we'll keep the spoiler to we're doing Samaritan next week with a guest. We'll talk about the guest later. Well, I watched Me Time. I watched Men from Toronto. I watched Day Shift. Oh, I went to Florida for a few days. I went to Universal Studios. That was cool. Had a good time there. Really fucking hot in Florida though.
I bet. It's fucking hot everywhere. It's ridiculous.
Bruh,
I
can't
barely
breathe.
I barely leave my house. So like the first like Monday and Tuesday I was homesick. So apparently like Tuesday was super hot.
And remember,
And
folks, he's
it's
in
hot.
Canada.
It gets hot here too. I don't understand.
No, I know. I met some Canadians once who came to Boston for a Bruins Canadians game, and they came out like in shorts and like tank tops in a snowstorm and said, "Oh, this is just another Tuesday for us."
Not a lot of
But
not a lot of Canadians talk like that. So I mean,
that's exactly how they spoke. I'm not even trying to be facetious with the accent. That was just how they did it. I'm not trying to pretend to be cocky.
this week I finished Saints Row, the reboot. Very short, but fun. I'm still collecting. I have to get one more building. They make you save up $8 million, and
Jesus.
I haven't really played enough, but I have like 6 million sitting there, so I just gotta go on for like another in-game hour and I'll make another 2 million. So yeah, we'll see. But I mean, finish the story. I've completed pretty much all the side missions. Um, I'm still collecting some of the stuff, right? But this story is basically four friends. They all like kind of live together. They're all down on their luck. Two of them are part of like different gangs in the city, and they have this kind of rule that like if something's going down and it involves, said roommate's gang, they are supposed to like inform each other or whatever the case may be, right? And your character actually joins the third gang, which is actually like a private military force called the Marshals.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's basically like the Marshals, the Panteras, and the Collective, I believe they're called, or something like that. Bunch of like
Yeah.
weird techno dudes. They wear like the dead mouse like helmets and shit. And then
Oh, that's weird.
the Panteras is like kind of this like they drive around in like muscle cars, like a Spanish gang essentially. Like so,
That's cool.
it seems like the story's like the city kind of seems like the location is kind of like, I don't know, somewhere where there's like a desert, mountain desert and shit. I can't place. I'm not from America, so I couldn't tell you where the fuck it's trying to replicate. You know what I mean,
Yeah.
right? But like somewhere like in between, like in the like Los Angeles, like Las Vegas type of area. Nevada, I
Okay.
guess, right? Maybe.
Yeah.
Or because it's called like Santo Eliso, so maybe like more southern. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't know American geography, but all around,
Me neither. And I live here.
yeah. But yeah, basically you just put together your gang, you rise up, you take out all the other gangs, you kill all the leaders essentially, and you start your own gang. And then you basically take over the city, and that's where the game is pretty much right now. Like I
Hmm.
said, it's pretty short. So just waiting for the DLC on that one, but I would probably give that like I'd give it a 4 because I am enjoying it. So
4 out
yeah,
of 5.
yeah. So
All right.
yeah,
I can dig
yeah.
it.
And that's pretty much been my last like couple of weeks. So
Yeah, I've been playing pretty much Fortnite.
jeez. Dude, I
Oh,
was
no,
like
I mean, I've
I
been
was
playing
fucking
Pokemon Go again too.
I was fucking him up. Like I was in there at 13 kills, 8 players left. I'm fucking this guy up, and he just runs away. I'm like, what the fuck? And then all of a sudden, he shoots me with a Kamehameha, and I'm like, oh my god, I hate this
Yeah, that would
game.
aggravate me. That would aggravate me.
Well, there's no like audio cue for the Kamehameha, so it's not like I didn't know where the fuck he went, and I didn't have my sound on, so like I just got fucking blindsided by Kamehameha. It's so stupid. Trash. You trash Fortnite players.
Those cheap ass moves that make people just want to be like rage quitting real quick.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. But yeah, so let's get into our Netflix shotgun.
Netflix Shotgun. First movie I think we're gonna do is Day Shift.
Yeah, we can do day shift. Essentially, Jamie Foxx, vampire hunter, right? He's been kicked out of a vampire hunting union, right? Because he doesn't follow the rules and whatnot. And we see him kill this old ass vampire in the beginning of the movie. We also He also has like troubles with his family, with his wife. Like she wants to move away because they need the money. And so basically he goes out on a quest to rejoin the Union, kill the vampires, but he's also being hunted by the like, I don't know, cartel vampire, like because that old vampire he killed was her daughter.
Yeah, they certainly
But
seem like a cartel or something. Yeah.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like a Mexican cartel. That's basically what they were, but they were vampires. And yeah, and we just see him. We see Dave Franco basically has to shadow him, and while this is all going down, he ends up getting turned into a vampire.
Which
Snoop
I think
Dogg.
was funny as hell.
Snoop Dogg is some badass like vampire hunter as well, right? He's the one who vouches for Jamie Foxx. and they basically go through and they take down this nest of cartel vampires and just fuck them all up. He gets his family back, and he gets a shit ton of teeth. So I'm assuming he got a whole bunch of money. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much Day Shift. It's a good movie. Like the action was really good. The choreography with the martial arts and the sword fighting and all that stuff, badass. Uh, the Bro Brothers was fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
Um,
Kevin from Shameless, bruh. Bro, I need a bullet, bro.
yeah,
Toss me
and
one.
yeah. So that was some good ass shit. So yeah, all around it was pretty good, pretty good movie. So
Now, that same scene, did you know that the vampires in that scene, the contortions they were doing were legit because they actually got legit contortionists?
no, but I mean, I wasn't really paying attention to them. They were getting fucking slaughtered. I remember one of them using their feet to hold a knife, but that's about it.
That was cool. Yeah, I thought that movie was excellent. Actually, I had a lot of fun watching it. I didn't expect it to be as enjoyable as it was. I loved the fact that Dave Franco got vampirized and then he went after Jamie Foxx and Jamie Foxx was like, "Sorry, bro," and cut his head off. And I thought he was done. I thought we got like his Six Underground moment where it was just
It
he
makes
died
no
real
fucking
quick.
sense. It makes no sense. Like, oh, Miss long living ass cartel vampire gets her head cut off and she's dead. But like, I don't, I don't get it.
Yeah, it was weird. I think that maybe it was because he was still a new vampire, but I don't know.
No, bro, that means absolutely nothing. You get your fucking head cut off, you're dead. That's
You
it.
should be. For sure
All
you should be.
vampires, like, think about it. Think about what media have you seen with anybody with running around with a like just a vampire's head? Nowhere, right? It's because they die, right? Like that's
I
how.
also
I don't know. That's
I
how
don't
you
think
kill
I've
them.
ever seen a movie where I thought it was always the stake through the heart thing. I don't recall the neck, the head being cut off as a thing that usually killed him. But I
Yeah,
mean, I
it's
guess
either
it makes sense.
stake to the heart or
Decapitation.
decapitation. Yeah,
Hmm. Well,
right.
either way, I had a lot of fun with it, and he was once he finally got his head attached again. He was. I thought it was a lot of fun. I know you hate him to death, but I thought David Franco did really good after he got himself put back together.
I don't know. I'll give him that. Like I said, I give him the like Dave
Oh yeah,
Franco
Reed.
his dues because he did a good job playing the role he was supposed to play. But like he plays the same fucking role in almost every movie. He's a scrub, and I hate him.
I don't know. He was a pretty good Union schmuck for sure.
He's just a douchebag. So what about Man from Toronto?
The man from Toronto, uh, one of two on Kevin Hart, and I gotta say, he all he did was basically try to impress his wife and end up getting because of a low toner incident, ends up becoming the man from Toronto, going with Woody Harrelson through this whole movie, trying to basically pretend to be him so Woody Harrelson could do what he's got to do, all the while trying to just basically be a good husband to his wife. And you know, everything falls apart for him at one point. They fall apart. You know, Woody Harrelson and Kevin Hart, they kind of have their falling out after somehow managing to become friends, even though Woody Harrelson tries to kill Kevin Hart at one point. Keeps threatening to kill him, and then they become best friends. Kevin Hart kind of fucks him over, and he basically threatens to kill him, and that's how the movie ends. Like it's constantly Woody Harrelson threatening to kill people along with Kevin Hart. All because Kevin Hart's trying to be a good husband to his wife. Oh,
Not
that was
because of that. He was trying to do something nice and got caught up in some shit. That's
yeah,
what.
I know. I mean, he the low toner incident was he got the wrong address to a cabin. The cabin turned out to be where the man from Toronto was supposed to go torture a dude. He was. I thought Woody Harrelson was really badass in this movie. I usually like him in his movies, though. Uh, I think I actually can't think of a movie that I disliked him in, to be perfectly honest. Um, but you said something to me off camera, off mic, that fucking Kevin Hart constantly plays the same character, and you're not wrong. Unfortunately, you're not wrong. I wish I could say that I disagreed, but the more I thought about it, the more I have to agree with you 100% on it. Um, but that being said, I didn't dislike the movie.
Yeah, I when I started watching the movie, I was like, this is too much like it's so Kevin Hardy. I'm just like, I don't care for this. This isn't what I was like expecting to watch. Like I wasn't coming in to watch like a stupid Kevin Hart movie because he does there is the odd time he plays like a serious kind of character, but he's still the same fucking character almost in everything. And
Yeah, yeah, goofy,
you
happy
know what I
guy.
mean? Yeah, like, but yeah, about basically up until until Woody Harrelson got in the movie, I was kind of like, oh, this movie sucks. And then once Woody Harrelson got into the movie, it got a lot more interesting and just like, okay, all right. And I definitely enjoyed it. Um, the combat wasn't as badass as Day Shift, but they're two totally different types of movies,
Yeah,
um, action wise. So yeah, I don't know. It was okay. It was okay.
I got the not quite John Wick vibes, but similar to John Wick vibes from how intimidating the man from Toronto was supposed to be.
No, not at all. He's
Not,
playing he's playing a character more so like Reacher or just you know what I mean? Like
I haven't seen
it's
Reacher
not
to be
he's
able to compare.
you know what I mean? He's more of like a mercenary. He's not necessarily an assassin. Goes in. He's more like a spy actually. I guess a mercenary. He goes in. He has a job. He does the job. If he has to kill people, he'll kill people. But that's not his necessarily his job. Isn't to go in there and kill people. So he's not John Wick. John Wick's job was to kill people. So
No,
it's
no, I probably didn't word it right. I mean, like, you know how
it's
when
nothing
Kevin
like
Hart
John
was in
Wick.
the well, no, let me explain. You know how like when Kevin Hart was in the basement and they were like, "Oh, I heard you were this, I heard you were that." That's kind of like the whispers that John Wick got when people didn't know him directly. Not
I
for the
mean,
same reasons.
yeah, but that's the whole thing though. Like there's all kinds of characters. Like I can't
Yeah,
think of
that's
anything off the
fair.
top of my head, but there's like the movie we did last week, right? All the whispers of the White Death, right? It's the same shit. So
Oh,
you
yeah,
can't
that's true.
say so you know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah, that's true. That's
John
true.
Wick. John Wick plays into that same stereotype.
That's fair. Yeah, I didn't think of it. Totally spaced on the White Death thing. Fucking Bullet Train. But yeah, I mean, despite the Kevin Hart kind of almost, I want to say, I kind of feel like he derailed what could have been a lot more of an enjoyable movie. But I get, the point of it obviously was for him to be part of the movie, so you can't really take that away. But I think if they made a movie that was far more serious about the man from Toronto, like a more action serious thing without the comedy, I think it could have been a really great movie too.
Yeah, the concept was there because you have all the other men from all the other cities, you know what I mean? And that concept alone of fighting his way through all these different men would actually be pretty badass, right? Like I would have loved to see him scrap it out with the man from Tokyo, but
Yeah.
he fucking hits him with his car and like that's it. Like I was like, that's fucking lame, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, they definitely if they made a serious movie, it'd be pretty fucking it could be pretty badass. And I could see Harrelson playing that same role without stupid little Kevin Hart dangling from his leg, right? So, you
Have you
know,
ever seen Natural Born Killers with him?
can't recall.
It's an older movie, so I wouldn't be surprised. But he's like him, and I can't remember the woman that plays opposite him. But it's like he's like a serial killer, and he's a fucking psychopath. It's fantastic. It's older. I would really recommend it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, if you ever get your chance to see it. I know it's older, so you might not find it on streaming services.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you're also in Canada, so you might have way better
Little
access to stuff.
Little Nicky is about to be added to Netflix, so
No fucking way.
yeah.
We had to watch it on YouTube the other day to try to watch that movie.
Well, you could have waited. Um,
Yeah, well, someone in the household was desperate to watch it at the time.
yeah, I mean, if you rent a movie from YouTube, it's like $3.
Oh no, it was free. It was free. It's actually free on YouTube.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, no, I bought after the day before we went to go see Dragon Ball the movie, I rented the Beerus like Battle of the Gods
Oh,
movie
Battle of the Gods, yeah.
from YouTube just because there was nowhere else I could fucking watch it. So I'm like, all right, well,
Really?
yeah, I guess I'll just rent it.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
You would think Funimation or Crunchyroll would have it.
Crunchyroll doesn't have too many movies. I mean, they have a couple movies, but not that many,
That's dumb.
right? Um, I think that like they're still doing a merger with Funimation. Like Funimation still has content. So if their movie is out, it could be on Funimation. It probably is on Funimation. I just don't have Funimation, so
No. Yeah, I do. Or I did. I think
I'm
I actually
I'm pretty
canceled that
sure I
subscription.
have access to it. Like I'm pretty sure I have a buddy's account, but I don't know. I'm just too lazy. I don't really care. It's fucking $2. Whatever.
Yeah, it's fair enough. Well, 2 down, 1 to go. You want to talk me time?
Sure. So, Me Time is essentially Kevin Hart playing the same character, except this time he's the housewife, right? He stays home, takes care of the kids. His wife is this, big time architect, and basically does everything at the school. He's always like he's interconnected into everything. He's fucking very high strung, and everybody in the school is like, "Oh, you know what I mean? Like you do nothing but like try and do stuff for your kids. Like you'll never go out and have a good time. Like you have a shitty life,
You're going to
right?
be the crossing guard someday.
Yeah, basically you're gonna be divorced with a cat, being a crossing guard, right? People are just making fun of him. So he kind of was just like, all right, you know what? Fuck all you. And Mark Wahlberg is one of his old buddies that he just kind of grew apart from, and he's been trying to get him to come party with them. So he's like, all right, fuck you guys, and he goes to party with them. And
The big
after
4-4 guy.
Yeah, right. So Marky Mark is having his party, and basically after a whole bunch of like stupid events, like he gets attacked by a fucking mountain lion. Um,
I'm the big
you know,
dog. Oh, oh, oh.
yeah, he's the big dog. You know who I am? I'm the man from like shut up, you stupid little asshole. Um,
The bitterness runs deep.
Yeah. So then, yeah, he gets one of his fingers broken by a money launderer, right? The fucking campsite gets burnt down. They're hanging out with a whole bunch of like young 20-year-olds. They get fucking wasted or they do some stupid shit and they run over a fucking turtle. Um,
That's
it's just
Thelma.
yeah, it's fuck. It's kind of like, it's just one of those like comedy like stupid thing after stupid thing happens, right? Basically, after so the turtle he runs over is one of his wife's clients, and so his wife is like all pissed off and she essentially kicks him out of the house. So basically he ends up crashing at one of these like 21-year-olds houses, right? And this guy's like into bees and a whole bunch of honey and nonsense. Like I said, a whole bunch of stupid shit happens. And but he's still like involved with like the kid's school life, so he's always at the school and basically he forces his kid to like play the piano and the kid is at the talent show and he can't get it down right, so Kevin Hart comes out and he's like, "You're doing it wrong." And basically they were like his son was like just kind of snapped and was like, "I hate this. Like I don't want to do this." And Kevin Hart, had his like revelation. You know what I mean? And everybody basically forgave him. He makes up with Marky Mark. They start their own business of doing parties for kids, right? And yeah, that's the movie. So
Can I just say that meltdown at the school at the talent show? He was swearing like nonstop, or not nonstop, but he swore like 4 times at a like elementary school talent show, and nobody batted an eye.
no, and that's just part of the stupid comedy. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that is how it is nowadays at schools,
Yeah.
like with the parents and whatnot. So
Well,
doesn't surprise me.
we're the parents now.
Well, exactly, right? I can't like if I heard that and I'm at the school, I wouldn't really bat an eye.
Yeah,
I'd be like, "Ooh,
me neither.
where's my popcorn, yeah?" Like,
Exactly. Give me my
right?
cup of tea.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, I guess yeah. So, yeah, basically, yeah, that's how how schools would be now. So, oh shit.
But that was funny though. I was like, "You're doing this shit all wrong." Let me show you how it's done. And then he fucking starts. Yeah, that shit was great. Again, you're absolutely correct. He does basically play the same character.
Like
You
the
know,
big, like legitimately these two movies specifically, The Big Dog and I'm the Man from Toronto, like same
he had the
fucking
same tone.
character.
He had the
Same
same
character.
exact tone. It was crazy.
Same story, trying to impress his wife. I
Yep.
mean, maybe it's just because we watched them like basically back to back, but like come on, dude. You film these fucking movies back to back. You just film like maybe that's why is because he filmed these movies back to back that he just brought the same fucking character over. I don't fucking know, but like the same character, same Kevin Hart in both movies. I don't know. I didn't really care for it, but the second like Me Time, I was expecting it to be more of a stupid movie, so that's the expectation I went in with, and you know what I mean. So I didn't hate it. Like it
Yeah.
was, but like it wasn't anything special. It was good. I'll just give it that.
Yeah, I didn't. I actually think I enjoyed it on a different way or in a different way, but from Man from Toronto, but about the same. Like, obviously, it wasn't an action comedy, so
Yeah.
it's not comparable to like the Man from Toronto on that level. But I think what made it different for me was I enjoyed Mark Wahlberg's character a lot,
Hmm.
but I also relate to him a little bit more because he's from Boston. I'm from Boston area, so it's like I can kind of get that whole let's party, let's try to toss back some beers, kid. Like that whole thing. It just kind of he's
Yeah,
Marky
but
Mark. We all know him like that.
what do you mean you guys all know him like that?
He was when he was younger. He used to be more reputable for being a party boy.
Yes, but as a 44-year-old man in said movie, how is that like I don't understand how
It just
that
kind of felt like young Marky
that
Mark.
you should be what you should be feeling is like, "Oh god, I don't wanna be like that when I'm turning 44."
I'm
That's
not saying I
the
want to be
fucking
like that.
portrayal. No, 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 that's exactly what you're saying. You're just like, "Oh, I hope I'm doing that at 44."
Oh no, no,
That's
no! I don't mean it like
exactly
that.
what you're doing. That's
I don't.
exactly
I
what
don't
you're
mean it
doing.
like that at all.
Because
If I'm like that at
you know what
40,
I
shoot
mean?
me in
You're
the
just
back of
like,
my
"Oh
head.
god damn, Marky Mark, you fell off. Like, what are you doing?" Right?
Well, he's still good at 44 if that's his real age, and I'll give him that. But no, I definitely don't want to be
I'm
partying
pretty
when I'm
sure he's
44.
older than that.
I want to say he is too, but who knows? I mean, maybe I think he's in the area of.
He's 51.
Jesus Christ, really?
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
he's
Well, he
51.
does look good for his age.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, I guess that's pretty much it.
So yeah, I mean, not bad for a set of movies. I definitely think I'm more tired out much quicker than I was from Ryan Reynolds with Kevin Hart already.
Well, it's just because again, he just played it was the same character back to back to back. At least the Ryan Reynolds ones were kind of different, but we did so many of them. I'm just like, yeah, give me some more people. I'm kind of,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah.
over the sarcastic douche nozzle. Um, but yeah, so I mean, yeah, so yeah, next week we have a guest.
Josh from Millennial Coffee Break.
Yep. So he'll be joining us, and we'll be talking about Samaritan. And
Yes,
I
not
have to,
Guardian.
yeah. So I have to say, it has a good twist in the movie that I didn't see coming. But all around, the movie was just meh,
Meh. At
meh.
least it wasn't bad. At least to your
It
usual
was
standards.
bad. It was
Oh,
bad.
then it wasn't just meh.
I just know you haven't finished it, so I was trying to be
Well, I know your
not too
opinion
bad
is
about it.
usually not the same as mine, so we usually vary pretty much. You're like the cinema cynic, and I'm like the happy-go-lucky film guy who just likes to watch movies and enjoy them.
Yeah, well, that's not the purpose of discussing them.
No, I know, but
You have to
that's the
you have to be critical. You can't enjoy everything. I mean, you can enjoy stuff and still be critical about it. That's the thing.
well, that's why I was a little bit harder on Dragon Ball like you were. It was it was not deserving of a higher score as a Dragon Ball movie, and we agreed upon that for sure.
No, right? I mean, I'm gonna watch it again, and maybe my tune might change a little bit. Cause like honestly, I was feeling like anxious too while I was watching it, so I might have like not been fully paying attention. I was kind of just like, when is this gonna be over? Like while I was watching it, so I might not have been enjoying it as I should have. But I still it's still not a Dragon Ball movie because there was no like combat. Like it was just power punching and flying around. So
And Orange Piccolo.
and Orange Piccolo. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah.
Well, movies out of the way. We know what we're talking about next week. Let's cover the social media before we run. You can find us on Instagram at MNWTB Podcast. You can find us on Twitter at MNWTBoys. You can find us on TikTok at MNWTB Pod. And you can find us on Facebook at MNWTBoys Pod. Where else can we be found, Zach?
You can find us on YouTube, Media Night with the Boys, and you can also find us on Twitch.
I think I still have that one set up for movie night, but I will be switching that up soon.
Yeah. So, yeah, YouTube, Twitch, where you find videos, anywhere podcasts are found. You know, that's where we're at. And yeah, make sure you check out the Geek Talk Network, the other show on the network, What in the Anime with Dustin and Tyler. They talk anime, and you know, every now and then I'm on there. John's on there sometimes. So yeah, make sure you check them out. And yeah, so I guess yeah. With that being said, it's been real, John.
It has been real, Zach.
Deuces.
Thank you all so much for listening to Movie Night with the Boys.